Hey, good morning. Good morning. Didn't realize it was 8 o'clock. I thought I had a few more minutes, but listen, it's the weekend. And before you jump into your weekend, I hope you had a great week, by the way. I know sometimes the weekend can be a struggle for you. I want to actually help you overcome maybe something that is a bit of a sabotage. And I want to share with you how not to sabotage your weight loss efforts, especially over the weekend. I almost sabotaged myself. Check this out. This is our tower guard. We brought it back outside. It didn't really do too well inside. I didn't have much luck. I even had the lights on. I'm not too sure, but we brought it outside. So hopefully our tower garden will grow some veggies. My wife's patiently waiting, saying, what is that lettuce that you've been, when's that lettuce going to grow? It looks like it's been there. It seems like it's been that size for maybe a couple of weeks. Anyway, so how not to sabotage your weight loss efforts. That's what you want to know, and that's what I'm going to share with you. Why are you going to listen to me? I've seen it many, many times. I've worked with hundreds of people who have subjected themselves to sabotaging their efforts. They do really, really well. This is kind of the scenario how it goes. Monday starts off really, really great. Planned out for the week, got your exercise plan in place. Even some of my students that struggle sometimes, on a great program, have a great schedule plan in place, goals set, they get off course. Monday starts really good. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday get a little thrown off. Maybe you have to stay in late at work, or maybe you had an off day. Maybe you got in a disagreement with somebody, or maybe your kids, had a schedule change and you had to adjust for that, right? All those types of things. So I don't want to spend time on that. And then Wednesday, Thursday's coming around. Yesterday, was Thursday, and you're like, oh, let me just get to the weekend. I'm doing okay. I didn't really track as good of my food. I didn't really prepare at all. I forgot my exercise the other day, right? And then you go into the weekend, and then the weekend. Oh, well, I'll just start up on Monday, and I'll just scratch the week and just start back fresh on Monday. The problem is, you had some success for 3 or 4 days, even if it wasn't perfect, and then you go into the weekend. And the problem with the weekend that becomes your weekend, so to speak, is that there's saboteurs waiting for you. Let's talk about sabotaging your weight loss efforts, because it has to do with saboteurs. So I know you maybe have that friend or that group of friends, or maybe some habits that you built. Of course, you potentially are your own saboteur. Maybe you self-sabotage over the weekends by going to the grocery store and buying, half-gallon ice cream, or buying all the snacks. And then they're in front of your face over the weekend when you have a little downtime and you're sitting on the couch in front of Netflix and getting ready to put on your show. And you should enjoy that. But of course, there's that self-sabotage. If you've been trying to lose weight and you did really, really well during the week, and then your weekend becomes your weekend, then you're off track. And then it's kind of like that vicious cycle going in and out every week, week in and week out. You do really well during the week. At the beginning of the week, kind of start off strong, and then it kind of fades, and then the weekend comes, you get in trouble. Hey, good morning. If you come on here, let me know that you're live. Lisa, good morning to you. Marianne, good morning. Good morning. So there's, of course, the self-sabotage, right? And the hardest thing is to try to keep yourself accountable, especially if you've been struggling. Maybe your struggle bus has been, you've been riding on the struggle bus for a long time. Those habits have built up over time, maybe even years, and it's going to be hard to hold yourself accountable. You and I both know. I hear people talk, oh, no, I just need I need to hold myself more accountable. I need to be more disciplined, right? Well, unfortunately, you know yourself better than anybody else, right? And you know exactly probably what triggers maybe those emotional eating habits, or buying the half-gallon of ice cream, maybe there's stress in your life, etc. So we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the other saboteurs, the saboteurs that maybe it's your lifestyle or your social environment, the people that are used to you being a certain way. Maybe it's family members, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your social network, maybe it's your neighbors that you get together on the weekends, and they're like, oh, honey, you look good just the way you are. You're beautiful. Now, if you enjoy hearing that, that's fine. But if because you're the one living in your body, and with the extra 30, 40, 50 pounds on, that you're not happy with the way you look and feel, that you don't like shopping in the plus size stores, that you can barely look at yourself when you get out of the shower, when you're drying off and getting ready for work in the morning, right? These are things I hear. Again, it's not me to call anybody out. It's just what I hear on a regular. Are you afraid to be in front of your spouse naked? Like, those are things that I hear, legit. If that's the case, then you have to realize that there's saboteurs that you need to address, and you need to sometimes maybe confront. So my encouragement for you is to think about who maybe is distracting you from potentially becoming your absolute best, from finally getting the weight off. Are you setting yourself up for failure over the weekends by surrounding yourself with people who are not encouraging, who are trying to essentially sabotage? Now, let me just say this, not to say that you have to, end all of your friendships and relationships with people that like you for maybe who you are now, but who you want to become is not who you are right now, right? And in that case, now, of course, you can still have the same personality, but if you know that your health is in jeopardy, if you know you're out of shape and you're overweight and you're getting out of breath when you walk up a flight of stairs, or don't feel comfortable about the clothes that you're wearing when you go out with your friends, or maybe you don't even make plans with your friends anymore because you're so embarrassed about how you've let yourself go. And you can blame it on COVID, but the reality is it's been happening for years prior to that, right? Maybe it just exacerbated. Maybe it was just putting gasoline onto the fire when now you weren't able to go out. One of the things is people like, oh, well, actually, it helped me not to go out when this lockdown happened last year when we were stuck at home. I wasn't able to go out, but then instead you still didn't change your habits, because instead of maybe having the nights out with the girls and the drinks and stuff, you just had them at home, maybe with yourself or maybe one or two friends. So I don't know if that makes sense, but here's the thing with saboteurs. A good friend is going to support your efforts if you're trying to get on a healthier path, but you just maybe have to have that hard conversation. It may be a hard conversation that you need to have with your spouse, significant other, maybe your bae, if they even say that, your bae, I don't even know how they say that anymore. Again, sorry. The words change. Just for your boyfriend or your girlfriend, right? Like, that may be a conversation you need to have with them, saying, hey, listen, I need to get on a healthier path, right? I need to change some of my habits. I can't have 3, 4, 5 cocktails every single night on the weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, right? That's not going to serve me well. I know I don't feel great right now, and I want to feel great, and I deserve to feel great. And I know, and I hope you support that. I don't like the way I am right now. I don't like the way that I look. I don't like the way that I feel. I don't like the extra weight that's on my body, right? It's okay. It's okay to actually have that. And it's also okay to express that with other people. Your good friends they're actually probably, maybe don't say anything, but the last thing you need is a friend who's going to try to pull you down, try to keep you from being your best. That's not a friend, right? That's a saboteur. And if your saboteurs don't get on the same page, it may be time to turn a page, or maybe change the book and start to read a new book. Maybe start to get some new friends, to find yourself in an environment of people who are going to encourage you, who are going to just give you that support, right? And if you don't have that, so people a lot of times come into my coaching program because they need that kind of support. They need that kind of accountability. They need that kind of structure. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a good fit necessarily. We'd have to find out over conversation. And if you want information, you can reach out and let me know. But let's just say that your weekends are your weekends. You're setting yourself up to be sabotaged because you're surrounding yourself with saboteurs. Like, saboteurs don't mean it. Here's the problem. The problem that, if we can just realize this, is people are used to, we don't like change. Human beings do not like change. We don't like to see change, especially maybe it's a friend of yours who's also trying to lose weight. Maybe you're on the right path. Maybe you're on my program doing really well, but you have a friend that's tried everything. They've tried every gimmick. You've seen them lose 30, 40, 50 pounds, and you've seen them put it back on. You've seen them lose the weight, and you've seen them put it back on over the years, and maybe they're just frustrated, and they don't want to see. I know it's not, they don't mean to be mean, but they also don't want to see you succeed and they don't succeed. It's just the nature of the beast. That's just who we are as humans. There's a competition mode out there, right? You've ever been in a spin class? I used to teach them for 10 years. Even people that don't know each other are competing. Even when I go to the gym maybe and work out next to guys that are working out, I don't necessarily put down the lighter weights when I see. I just want to make sure my dog does not come out so he doesn't go chasing after the other one. So my encouragement to you is, for this daily dose, is to be aware. Like, this could be a time, this weekend could be the very first time you realize, yeah, there are saboteurs in my life. I need to probably address them. Maybe you're your own worst saboteur, and that's definitely the case. I've seen that a lot. But maybe there's an environment that you're surrounding yourself with. Maybe it's the fellas at, after work on Friday, or the ladies, you have your ladies' nights. And I'm not saying to not have them, is to just actually ask yourself, what do you want most? Do you want nights out with the girls and extra cocktails and food and, you know, all that, and not care, not give a rip about your current health or your current weight and not care, like, that's fine. You can do that if that's your deal. But if you're trying to get on a healthier path, if you're truly trying to maximize your full potential, optimize, whatever you want to call it, like if you're truly trying to live the healthiest and best life you can for you and for your family. And when I hear people, when they talk to me and they say, Mark, I want to do this because I want to be a good steward of my body. I want to take care of it, this temple. I want to take care of it for me and for my spouse and for my family. Well, sometimes it requires actually having a conversation with those saboteurs, right? Whether it's you or the friends or the environment that you're surrounding yourself with. So anyway, I hope that helped. And if you are struggling, if you're stuck, if you're your own saboteur, you don't know how to work through that. It's partly what I do. Reach out to me, send me a message. We'll have a conversation. We'll see. Now, my program's called the Lean Body Breakthrough. We don't just talk about breaking through those weight loss goals, but truly breaking through those barriers like saboteurs, right? If you want to learn how to break through barriers of things like saboteurs, if you want to be encouraged and have people around you of support, other like-minded men and women over 40. That's who I work with. The average person in my program, we figured it out, was about 56 years old, 55.5 years old. And if you're in that age category, if you're tired of being around saboteurs, or you're tired of sabotaging your efforts, if you're tired of going on the roller coaster ride, reach out to me. Literally just drop me a hand up, or you can send me a private one. Nobody needs to know that you need help. That's cool. It's okay to get help. It's okay to need help, and it's okay to get help. And if you need help, I'm not saying that I'm the right person. In fact, please don't reach out to me if you're not serious. But if you are, if you're tired of struggling, if you want the help, if you want to stop allowing the saboteurs to get the best of you or your health or your weight loss efforts, reach out to me and let's take care of this. Have a great weekend. Talk soon.